Yo, it's your boy TTB. This is TTB After Dark, episodes 46. Today is May 12th, 2026, man. Hey, a lot of stuff been going on. A lot of stuff been going on. We'll get to it in a little bit, but I want, state my condolences to the NBA veteran, 13-year NBA veteran, Jason Collins. He passed away today. He had, I see, Blast the blastona. I never heard that. And that skin cancer. I ain't getting skin cancer. What is that? That's another subject. But he had pretty much cancer, stage 4. And cancer's a nasty thing. What's up, Just Jay? Cancer, nasty thing, man. Yeah, pray for the family and everything, man. It's a hard situation. He made history. He was the first openly homosexual athlete in the 4 sports. That was his claim to fame. He was an all right player, man, like good defensive player and everything. But he made that was one of the big history making moments he had. So credit to his family and everything, man. And dude counts as a nasty thing, man. So y'all push up, put prayer hands up or whatever. So we so yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. We got UAE and Saudi is joining against Iran. We got stuff happening in LA, California. I'll get a little bit of that. Uh some more revelations going on when it comes to stuff that happened prior to Trump getting in. We got a lot of news out. I ain't gonna say a lot of news. We got big news out of UK with the parliament there and everything. We can talk about. And oh yeah, showing head video. We go over a little bit slightly because she responded to Son Piker. So y'all know the deal. Like, share, and subscribe, man. Appreciate everybody coming in. Y'all can be anywhere, but y'all here with your boy TDB. And let's get to it, man. So this just dropped. U.S. Appeal Court just has struck down a close block on President Trump's 10% global tariffs, meaning they are officially back. So they keep playing with him with these tariffs, man, and especially now since like we're in war and stuff, he pretty much got like a legit reason to have the tariffs on. But we have a lot of foreign company people, got foreign ties to having companies around or whatever, and they gonna keep playing him using the courts and whole nine till there's a actually settled law on that, which they is settled law. Just the court's been a little weird right now. But let's listen to this.
Were a very big part. We had an unfortunate ruling out of the Supreme Court, but the good news is I'm able to do it a different way. They said use the other way. There was no reason for that. It was terrible, actually terrible, but it'll have no impact other than I hate
What's up, Jenny Velez?
people back tariffs, $159 billion. I have to pay them back when a little half sentence, any money taken in to this point does not have to be paid back. We would have saved 159 billion, and I cannot figure it out. How could anybody do that? But they did it. We have other ways of tariffing, as you know. We're already doing it, and actually, they're more tested. They're stronger, a little bit more complex. I like to keep it as simple as possible, and in many ways, they'll be better. It'll be better. I just want you not to think that because of that decision, we don't. The tariffs will actually be higher. It's turning out they're going to end up being higher.
Oh
But
boy,
it's made our country rich,
I'm just playing the news,
really
man.
rich.
I'm not gonna sit up and say he lying or not. Like, look, here's the thing. I somebody was saying this earlier, at work or whatever. Like, not work, but on another show. People quick to say somebody's lying when you don't agree with what they doing, man. And That's something got to stop, man. And I'm not gonna get in a deeper rant, but like sometimes when you gotta let things play out to see what's actually happening. I think a lot of people just hear Trump voice and they just automatically because they don't like him, they automatically thinking, well, he's doing something nefarious. Sometimes you just gotta pay attention and peep the game. I mean, it's crazy, man. How many people? I wonder how many people actually learn how to play chess and learn how to understand strategy and tactics and everything, man. That's a talk for another day, man. But like seriously, like a lot of people just don't sit back and just let things play out. I, like right here, here's a perfect example. Trump is basically trolling everybody. This is a troll. 51st state because like fucking Venezuela's rocking out with us and everything, and having a negative effect on a bunch of adversaries of America, right? As in Cuba. I went over that whole story yesterday. And shout out to Nick Shirley with that video. That was a good video. He's China. It affects China. It affects everybody that's an adversary that's not a oil producing country. So he's obviously trolling. And Venezuela is not gonna be our 51st state, man. Come on, man. If anything gonna be a 51st state, gonna be either Puerto Rico, District of Columbia, or like Guam or some shit, or American Samoa. But then everybody joking with it. But see, you see somebody see this, they're like, oh, look at Trump being dictator, he being imperialist, blah, blah, blah. Okay, man. Y'all just y'all that's what I won't say this. Like I gotta really watch the roast, but from all accounts, and what I'm talking about the Kevin Hart roast because this plays into this not this mindset of how we are, how our society is. Like I ain't gonna say awesome, but just it's always that select few that's always jumping the gun, getting offended, all that shit, right? And like this, this is he just brings out that point of view of people just like, I wish he wouldn't do that. I wish he and for what? Okay, we've been um walking on eggshells, afraid to make jokes, afraid to push the envelope on comedy, afraid of saying some truths that need to be said because people feel some type of way. Man, like I said, like, can I just chill and just watch it play out? Like everybody. Like, why it's like people going to comedy clubs want to be mad. You going on X, you want on social media. You don't like Trump, but and so you going to be mad at whatever he does. How's that helping you out in the long run? Because like think about this. If y'all wasn't so sensitive, you know what I'm saying? Y'all could have played this whole situation differently. See, instead of doing a redistricting in California, instead of not working with the president when it comes to ICE and economy and everything early, now he could have been in a worse predicament if y'all would have played the game right. He would have been in a worse predicament if y'all would have been like, yeah, you know what? I accept that this is we didn't have our stuff together. Kamala wasn't ready for prime time. Admit that. They can't admit that. You know, we gotta get some stuff in order, as in the homeless situation and the crime in our cities. And you know what? Let's work with him on this, and that. Let's get the economy back up. Hey, you want a mandate? Get the economy back up. Get the immigration back up. Then just chill and wait. Y'all would have been in a way better position. Now, since you did a redistricting, I'm about to get into that a little bit. Now, since you did that, Republicans have way more redistricting power because they are hesitant to do any of gerrymandering and all that. So they hesitant to do that because they don't want. If you ain't noticed, like McConnell and stuff, they don't want to rock the boat. So yeah, what y'all could have done is work with the president on those key things. Wait till you have to do something drastic like a Venezuela or Iran or something like that. If it's kind of backfiring slightly because the oil price is not necessarily, it's not gonna be permanent, but it's one of those things where he's taking a political hit. What's up, Phoenix? If you want to come up here, I got a show on head video if you want to go over. It's kind of funny. That's beside the point. But like y'all, they could have really been in a way better position if they didn't do the gerrymandering and they would have played the long game. But like I said, y'all so offended by everything. Like he could sit up here and troll like this, calling the Gulf of America, change the Gulf of Mexico to Gulf of America. Oh, that's so off-putting. We just offended everybody. Instead of just saying, all right, you could do that. That's what's up. Okay. You could do that. What's up? Blah blah blah. Okay, yeah. But then, you know what I'm saying, when that went down with Iran, now you got ammo to go at them with, and then you would have been in a better position taking the house, maybe splitting the Senate or somewhat. It'd be 50-50 back again or whatever, and then you in a better shape for 2028. Now y'all in a worse shape, and like I said, this war. I'm about to go over this. This war could turn different right now. So let's get to that. So this was happening. UAE and Saudi is actually joined the fight. Let's read.
Jumping in too. Reports say they've been carrying out secret strikes on Iran. They hit an oil refinery last month. And Reuters is reporting that the Saudis got off the sidelines. In retaliation to Iranian aggression, the kingdom launched missiles inside the mainland. You know it's bad when the Jews and Arabs are on the same page.
That's
the
crazy.
Iranians still talking a big game, though. The parliament speaker says this: our armed forces are ready to deliver a well-deserved response. Mistaken decisions will always lead to mistaken results. The Iranians still haven't even broken through our wall of steel. The embargo has already turned around 65 ships. And economic fury is squeezing the IRGC's oil pipeline to the Chinese. Bessent just slapped on more sanctions. Raising K jumping in.
Yeah, so like what now, since you getting the UAE and Saudi, and maybe it's gonna be Qatar gonna be in there because they destroy Qatar's natural gas refinery, their natural gas pipeline, the drilling mechanisms and the oil refineries there. So yeah, they fucking up the money on that end. I'm talking about the RIGC is fucking up the money on that end. Now they all working together now, man. And this is like the first time in history you have that's really bad. You have Arabs and Israelis both working together. So here's my thing: like everybody's saying, well, if this is what gets me. Everybody jumping on the Israelis back on because of Gaza and because of a lot of stuff, but why isn't like if the Palestinians was this, I'm not, a lot of people are innocent in that situation, but if they held them in such esteem like the left is telling us, the media is telling us over there, why Phoenix, I got you. Why haven't Egypt tucked them in? Why haven't Jordan, I mean, they pretty much left them out to dry. Then they pretty much joining with the Israelis over there to fight Iran. And like you don't see Turkey having a fuss, you don't hear Egypt having a fuss. You don't hear anybody that would be, because number one, they benefit greatly if Iran is at the picture to the point where now like Egypt got a large military and got a large presence and stuff. And like they working deals on all fronts. And same with Turkey. Like Turkey is in NATO. And it's a lot of story going on with that, Well, hey, how you doing, man? I was like right in mid season. Came up. What's up?
Oh yeah, you keep going. I'm here till you done. I'm
It's,
good.
see, my
How are
thing
you?
is like, oh, I'm doing good. Man,
Good.
my thing is about like everybody. That's why I'm a little bit, I'm backing off on a lot of right wing punditry because it's a lot of people blaming Israel, blaming this, blaming that. I'm like, just wait and let the shit play out. You know what I'm saying?
Um, they need an excuse. It's a talking point that has no point because Democrats for years have been going after Iran.
Mm-hmm.
They've been saying, look, as soon as you cross the line, we gonna have to come get you. All right, but at the end of the day, y'all was funneling money over there. Same thing y'all did with allegedly, because I'm on that cold medicine again.
Oh,
Y'all did the
okay.
same thing with Saddam. You did the same thing with Bin Laden, groomed them, and then as soon as they did something, stepped out of line again. Allegedly, it's the liquor, the moonshine, all that is kicking in. They say don't drink while you're on
Oh,
medication, but damn it, I needed the taste. Anywho,
all right. Go ahead.
allegedly.
I'm.
And as soon
By the
as
way, I
they
meant to tell
did
you
something
this
to step
before
out
you
of
go.
line, here they come.
Hold on. Before you go any further, Happy Mother's Day. We didn't get to talk on Sunday. So,
Oh yeah, right. Thank
yeah,
you.
yeah. Go ahead. Go. My
I was
bad.
I was with family anyway.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, we were drowning our sorrows because she just lost her mama. So yeah, we were.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
condolences. I'm sorry.
You remember we lost back in December. That went
Oh,
down.
last
Remember?
year, right?
Yeah. So this is the first
Oh
Mother's
yeah.
Day she had to live
Okay.
with. Yeah,
Without
yeah,
her.
yeah.
Okay, I got it. I got it.
Yeah, yeah. See the moonshine. Anyway, go ahead. My bad.
I'm trying.
I interrupted
I'm trying to tell you confusion. Anyway,
you.
and you see how far they got with Bin Laden and Saddam. And wait, was Saddam under Bush? Anyway, I do know Bin
Yeah,
Laden was
yeah,
under
yeah,
a
yeah.
Democrat. And even when Kamala and Biden was campaigning and they were asked the question about Iran, Iran
Hmm.
seems to be the biggest enemy. They the ops. Why would we support them? Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Now that Trump is actually doing something about it, it's wrong.
And
Nobody
then
wants this. Nobody wanted that war that happened in Ukraine because they ain't had shit to do with us.
oh,
But
and
you
that's
sent
news
troops
out
over
of that.
there.
Cause like shit, Russia found out they all like they're like, look, man. Cause like here's the
They
thing.
was in fighting.
Hold
They ain't had
on,
shit to do with us.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. See, cause this is my theory. Me and my family. I actually got in-laws that's Ukrainian because they married into the family, cousin-in-laws and
Hmm.
stuff. So I understand they probably they a little pissed off because like that didn't even have to go down. So I understand
Mm.
that. And my point of view of it, and this is my libertarian streak happening. Like you got to make my libertarian streak. You got to make it make sense. Like I see how Iran makes sense because I'm looking at the
Hmm.
big picture. I mean, because I play Risk, I play Age of Empires, I play these little strategy games because I'm a nerd. I get to look at
Mm.
all right, how is the shoe falling? What is actually happening? Yeah, I said, oh, because here's the thing. People say, oh, we're in World War III. I'm gonna say, yeah, we're in World War III right now. We've been in World War III since November of 2019, when the first case of COVID happened. I'm just gonna keep it a
Mhm.
buck with you. And there's participants everywhere who play a part in this shit to get us to where we at. This is what, and this is my theory. I might be crazy. You know, I got a whole dang moonshine here, so I'm just out of my mind.
Right.
I'm just a black dude on the internet with a good roadcast mic and a roadcast soundboard and this
Mm-mm.
Logitech I need to get a new webcam by the way, but this Logitech 4K camera. I don't know what I'm talking about. I got a computer. I'm just game and stuff. I'm a nerd. I
Mm-mm.
don't know. This is me theorizing.
You
So,
know how when you be high as hell, your brain just be going to different
oh
places.
yeah. You know, a funny thing when you lift weights a certain time, like your creative juices. I mean,
Mm-mm. Them
I can say
endorphins,
creative
man.
juices because you're
Them
a lady. I don't
endorphins.
have to see. I love having a woman up here. I don't have to say pause when saying stuff
Right.
like that because it's like it's natural. I'm supposed to talk about
Right.
juice, yeah, juicing with wind. It makes sense. Anyway, that's
That
beside
makes
the
sense.
point. And Cancer Scorpio thing, you know, we
Mm,
already got understanding. You know, the water signs, we got the
we
understanding.
here.
Yeah, salute to that. Anyway, so 2019 happened. Everybody, it's the start of everybody getting sick. We shut down the economy over some bullshit. It was election year.
Mhm.
End up screwing Trump over because everybody got scared. The little George Floyd thing happening,
Unnecessary.
which I am at, believe it or not, call me an asshole y'all want to. I don't give a shit. But that fucking roast I'm gonna watch it and I'm gonna review everything about it. But just a little bit I watch. Tony Hedge clip. I don't care how mad people get because that motherfucker wanted to act a fool and that situation happened, which is unfortunate. In my opinion, that dude still got what he deserve in that. But the thing is, I'm an objective person. I'm a journalist major. I keep it a buck. If we saw all the video prior to that situation getting to that thing, a lot of us wouldn't been out in the streets acting a goddamn fool. Let's keep it a buck. Now, if you want to say I'm a traitor to my race and this and that, my face is on
Nigga
this.
always say that.
Look, I'm like this. I want us to be better. I want us to go home. I want us to raise our kids. I want us to be more economic, literate. Literally, my tongue really
Literate.
got tired. My tongue got tired. Like, hey, I'm on the road.
That's that moonshine. That's that moonshine. They got slurring.
I want us to be the best. I want us to honor what Booker T, Washington, all the people, Frederick Douglass, everybody. I want them to be like, man, you know what? We did a good job. They got their stuff back in order and everything. They read, I want us to be on the right track in general as a people. I want us to honor our culture. I want us to own our culture. And then anybody want to come and use it? Okay, you use it. Give us a fee. I want us to be on that type.
Give us a fee, honey.
That's all I want.
For free.
I almost like this. Hey, I'm almost like, hey, let's just stop the reparation talk slightly. Hear me out. Let's get on this business talk. Everybody get on their business, but that's beside the point. We going elsewhere here. But my point is, ever since 19, that created all this stuff, and now it was a time we couldn't joke. It was at that time that, I mean, people, I hear a lot of people cry about, this is all inclusive when I'm talking about this, how men and women are. That's Me Too. Me Too started all that shit. Well, it exacerbated all this shit. I ain't gonna say started. It exacerbated all this shit because it's been started. Emasculating man. And y'all wonder why some of the people in the right start following for motherfuckers like Nick Fuentes. He just openly said he gonna vote for Democrats now. Blue state Republicans. You can't trust them. I'm sorry, man. I'm going too hard. I'm going too hard. Can't trust these motherfuckers.
Saying that's funny because that was funny.
You can't keep a masculine man, and this goes to all this. It's a reason why Trump is getting more percentages, even when we are paying more in gas. Because the thing is, men, when we see the other side, we see what they got to offer us, as in to be to help us be more free and this stuff. They don't offer none of that. All they offer is, hey, y'all need to check y'all privilege. Hey, y'all need to do this. Y'all need to do more. How is that gonna win us? You see what I'm saying?
I don't know. But
go ahead.
So when you was talking, something popped in my head. So I'm just gonna, if I was to follow the timeline and stuff, if I was someone who was hot and just, assuming stuff, here's what I would assume. I would assume that Trump actually went after Venezuela, and I can't remember the other one first, because he confiscated a lot of oil, right?
It was Venezuela and the Panama Canal. Panama Canal.
That's what it was.
Venezuela. Yeah. Go ahead. I'm just
cool.
drunk.
Got it.
I'm just drunk.
Right. It was not right. It wasn't coming to me because I'm high as hell. So, he got a lot of oil for the American people. Nice reserve of oil. And then he went after Iran. Do you know why gas is not sky freaking high right now?
Because
we actually have reserve.
Yeah. We reserve, and then on top of that oil. Well, this is what people don't know. The Venezuela oil, we don't necessarily use that oil to refine and make gas with. What happens is that oil is really that oil is mostly made for like making steel, making resources, tires, and stuff like that. Then on top of that, a lot of people use that oil outside the country to refine it into like gas and stuff. So there is every oil, not all oil. You got heavy crude and light crude. it's a whole light crew is what we pretty much use for our gas and stuff because we use the high synthetic and everything like that. It's other little pieces of that. I don't want to get in the weeds on that, but like, yeah. But we basically got the whole trap, the whole Carter on this hemisphere that you get any oil you need. You see how that works?
Yeah. So, like I said, if I was, just to be following the timeline of things, and it's like, okay, thank God gas ain't $8 and $10. It got state by, and it varies by state. I do know
Yeah.
that because in California, gas is already sky high, but other places, not so much.
And a lot of that is
Hell,
that's
when we was going through
policy.
the panorama in Georgia, they put a cap on. The governor actually put a cap. He was a Republican, by the way, on how much the gas stations should actually charge the citizens because he was afraid of gouging. They've done that before during other crises. Gas stations, people get in a panic. They go to the grocery store. They get to the gas station, and they take advantage of it.
Yep. So you want to hear the other shoe dropping with the Iran thing? This goes into
I mean,
NATO.
they used to be an ally, but go ahead.
So, Keir Starmer, at least that sound like a damn German general in World War One. Keir Starmer. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like you
Keir Starmer. Hmm.
that's Bohemian in the motherfucker.
It's hell. It's hell.
Yeah.
I would
Here we
have to agree
go.
with that.
So this is another shoe dropping in look, let me stipulate this. I need to say this. Tomorrow, right now, Trump is heading to China right now as we speak. Talk to
Hmm.
President Xi. So it's about to be some shoes about to drop probably tomorrow. Probably, I mean,
I don't
by the
doubt it.
end of the week. What's up?
I don't doubt it.
So it might be some shoes about to drop. We gonna get some movement. We already see a movement right now when the UAE and Saudi doing what they doing in
Yeah.
Iran. So this is other shoe dropping in Europe because Keir Starmer right now, like he's like, I'm just gonna let them display me. This is bad.
Prime Minister Keir Starmer here in the United Kingdom is facing the biggest challenge of his entire political career. His own party, or at least dozens of members from Labour, are calling on him to step down. Now, why are they doing that? Well, a variety of reasons. You've got higher cost of living, you've got higher and higher taxes. You also had his former ambassador to the United States who had ties to Jeffrey Epstein, and that created quite the scandal here. But to really understand the turmoil in British politics, you have to go back to 2016. So that's not just the year that Donald Trump became president in the United States. It was also the year when Britain voted to leave the European Union. They voted for Brexit.
Yep.
Ever since then, it has been
Yeah, I
one
remember that.
fragile government after another. There have already been 6 in the past 10 years since that fateful vote for Brexit. So if Keir Starmer falls, whoever follows him will form the 7th government in just 10 years.
So that's the other shoe gonna drop because like since Christian didn't really come help with the whole blockade, everything, and that whole nine, and then he have a lot. Like I've covered other stories, what's going on in Europe, gone Great Britain, Australia. I think like I had a whole bunch of them type of stories on the censorship thing. Like for example, if I would let's say I was monetized and I would try to promote this video to Great Britain, they would deny it just because of the let's say I broke this thing and promoted it to Great Britain, right? They would deny it because I'm talking down on the government on some communist stuff. That's what type of censorship they on right now. Canada's got the same scenario up there too. So it's that's making people mad because like they got mass immigration going on, which is fucking crazy. Thinking about like in some cases, like some of the immigration wasn't an issue. It's just when you immigrate from places where a lot that you get ISIS influence. You know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? That's not really congruent with the British way of life. You would say. Not saying, not saying Arabs and Muslims can't get along with jolly old Britain. It's just because they
Right.
have in the past. But it's just the fact that you influxing certain type, which doesn't it really doesn't make sense. But hey, diversity is a strength. That's what they'll tell us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they will say that. And the thing is, that is a crock of bull. Before you include diversity, get your home in order. That's the
Mm-hmm.
same way they tell you before you even look out for your neighbor, make sure your household is in order. That's the rule. You can't say, oh, well, diversity is what makes us unique, but it's also what makes us stupid. Like, we still having the issue between, us and the other people. Now we added on a whole bunch of other folks into the pot,
Mm-hmm.
and the confusion get louder and stronger instead of us figuring each other out first. Like, yes, we are a diverse group of immigrants that came here however we got here. And some of us were born and raised here. Some of us have ancestry here from the beginning.
Yep.
At the end of the day, before we have a discussion with the outsiders, we need to have a discussion in house so that we are all on the same page. There should be no American fighting to keep illegal immigrants here. None of them. Well, we're a sanctuary city. Then
Yep.
we have legal ways for them to claim sanctuary. They got to do it the right way. If you feel like they don't have to and they can just come here, open your doors to them and let them in your home
Uh-huh.
and fight that way. Like, oh yeah, they can stay here. They're gonna take over your home and put you out.
That
I don't
part.
believe in borders, but you got security up as wazoo just for your house.
And see,
You don't believe in boundaries, but can't
it's
nobody just walk up in your shit.
yep, that part. And like and see if you look at why Russia and Ukraine is kind of ending, because like in reality, it's just look, it's just me, the geopolitical strategy type mindset going on in this. Do you really, if I'm America, seeing the state of Europe right now, right? Which they let a
Mhm.
lot of people in there. The birth rate between the immigrants they brought in compared to the people, the natural born citizens that been there, even people that's probably came from immigrants that born in and buy into the systems of the EU and the European, European culture and the whole nine, right? When
Mhm.
you have that, if they out producing, as in having more kids and more family oriented and everything, they eventually gonna take over the whole of Europe to a point. Like your France, Belgium, Spain, you know, I don't know about Germany because Germany is a little different cat. Poland definitely not. But it's a whole bunch of there's some that didn't really buy into that, and some that bought into a full bore. So now NATO might be dissolving on its own just for the fact that we can't trust half the countries that's in yet NATO if this keep going on and the ideology change and the political apparatus change. So it's out, and then like I was talking to I talking to this sergeant major homie I had. I was like, look, the thing is, man, like NATO when NATO was built, man, we didn't have the European Union, so they didn't have a understand. They didn't have no like plan to becoming this one big economic bloc, which is basically like the Soviet Union and the Third Reich what they wanted, economic bloc. That's what it is basically. Just not as authoritarian. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So like, with that being said, like we might have to not have Russia as weak as they are, but we need to have them better on our side instead of China. China's benefiting because they're producing a lot of stuff, but we producing our own stuff, and we just have a good trade deal with them. As in, yeah, you could give us some stuff to help us build stuff, but we're gonna have most of the majority of our building apparatus in the States, in Middle America. Keep the pretty much keep the red cities growing economically, which is gonna keep America strong in general. Because you know this goes in the redistriction story too. But if this is why the right is going to win over more men, because this is really what men want. We want to be able to go work, be able to afford to buy a house, be able to afford to have a wife and kids, to build our legacy and build upon that. That's what most men want. If they say they don't want it, they fucking lying. I don't keep it a buck with you. But most
I'm
men,
trying to tell you, that's why I said no American should want an illegal immigrant because all it's doing is keeping everything high. Food,
that part,
gas, home, everything. You're
and
overpopulating, which means they're gonna try to get as much money from everybody as they possibly can. And guess who's
mhm.
getting most of the resources? They are, not us. It's our responsibility to take care of them. No, it ain't. If it wasn't your responsibility to take care of the actual fellow Americans that pays into the tax system, why is it our responsibility to pay for those who's not even supposed to be here?
and what y'all and if y'all want to go against toxic masculinity, the easiest way to defeat toxic masculinity is for a large percentage of men that can be confident within their abilities. Which now, I mean, that's something we got to do within ourselves. We got to figure out what we want to do and do it. Don't get swayed by outside influences. Stay on your purpose and do it. That's just something we need to do.
Yep.
And on top of that, if we have to be in the mindset, if y'all don't like it, because I'm not saying you, Phoenix. When I say y'all, Phoenix, you're out of this equation. You're a smart young lady or
Hmm.
lady or whatever. You smart. So take the feelings out of it, but picture yourself in as 2021, and the peer pressure is to look that. I'm not saying you fail for this. Don't get me wrong, but peer pressure as society saying it is a young black man working at, let's say he started at the post office, he started at UPS or something like that. Oh, you look down on him because he can't get you everything you want at 20. At one point, it was like that. That mindset has to die.
Um, Listen, a lot of
Yeah,
the jobs that went overseas, you have Americans now saying, "Don't bring them back because it's beneath us doing." Do you see that we still need
yeah,
working people? We still need a working economy. What
that part.
job is too low for us to have? Like y'all still trying to put fast food restaurants in the hands of children. Oh, that's for kids. Um, there's not a child that has to open or close a McDonald's. They can't work past 10 with a work permit, and they have to work after school only. They only working, I want to say 20 hours, 15 to 20 hours a week. That's as far as they can go as students, as teenagers when they are in school. McDonald's opens at 6 a.m., some of them 5 or 4, and they don't close till like 3.
Well,
Some
see,
of them 2 and 1. So, what child is in school and keeping these hours?
ideally, you'll want that to be an entry level
Right.
to a college age job. The
Hey, funny
we,
actor.
yeah, we wouldn't. I so a child only. I'm gonna disagree. Like, yeah, we don't want just a child only, but it gotta be. To me, that job is you either rebounding from you know failing that rebound and trying to get their life together, It should be it should be better programs within that. Because honest got truth, like we should be like those jobs should be more. You should have an incentive for them to build up people that fell through the cracks or but get them to a point where they not taking the job away from a young adult that needs that job experience or whatever. The job experience, in my opinion, in general, just know how to work within a workplace and show that should be probably the biggest indicator of if they qualify or not, in my opinion. Because if
Okay,
they're
but
able,
under the,
yeah,
I'm
go ahead.
sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Because like if you're able to work at certain things, you kind of pay dues working on that and that. Then you went out and get qualifications when it comes to like the technical aspects of a job or whatever. That job history should be weighing a lot because like the thing is, even you get qualified in whatever job you're doing, right? You still gotta work. You still gotta learn how to work that job the way they want to do it. So it's still a learning process.
Absolutely.
It just helps you understand some of the vernacular, some of the just basis of that type of skill working job, whatever,
Yeah, I would say this. Under the umbrella of It Takes a Village, if you have a high school child because they think they can't work till like the 15, 16, it depends on the state. Again, some
Mm-hmm.
states even offer summer programs for 14-year-olds.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And you get hardship permit on some of the shit too in the summer. So yeah, you got that aspect.
Yeah. So, under the guise of It Takes a Village, that would be a good start for a teenager to, work at a fast food restaurant, but who's training these children? Adults.
Mm-hmm.
Because you want it done the right way. You have to teach them their temperament. It can't be flying off the handle, and it also puts in their mind the level of respect. The level of respect they would like to receive matches the level of respect that they get.
And then
And they're
professionalism.
learning.
The
Yeah,
professionalism.
now
Yeah.
it does starts at home.
Yep.
Everything starts at home. But
Of
then you
course.
have other adults in school and in the workplace to reinforce what your parents is teaching you at home. Now, a few adults may remix it. I ain't gonna even hold you. But they are
Yeah.
still getting that foundation. And that also flourishes the society to be better and not just trying to send people to prison because you need some work done for 2 cents an hour.
Yeah. That's something that gotta be reformed. Which, believe it or not, Trump and them tried to do that. I think they did a little bit more because like a lot of people, it's a little. The only thing what's hurting it is because of blue states and they just went super lax on crime. So I mean, I think that was designed because they don't want the worst thing for the prison system is for law-abiding citizens, especially in our community. They
Yeah.
we always have to have strife and everything because it's a moneymaker. It's the reality of the situation. And you know what? A lot of people talk about the music. I disagree with that. Like we always had crazy music and everything like that, right? The difference is
Hmm.
like we had both parents in the household when the crazy music came out. Or like, I mean, just think about all the freaky stuff. I mean, you had
I'd rather
we
not.
had fucking I mean, especially in funk, hell yeah. But like the thing is though, like you had a basis on it was a time and place for things. And then, I could get deep in that. Like because like even the gangster rap, right? Uh, uh,
Yeah, our music back then was a plethora of things. It was what we were going through emotionally as children, our dance party scene. We had actual mutual respect between men and women singing to each other instead of at each other and arguing.
yeah,
Now, we did have that sprinkle in there after the breaking hearts and you spent all my money type stuff. Yeah, but it was at
uh-huh.
least a balance. It wasn't all one sided. Well, let's just, drug them and rob them. I don't cook, I don't clean, like all that other stuff. Like
Man.
I don't come
Oh,
from that era.
Phoenix. The dude. I was watching the show. Dude that did the comic every July, Young Ripper 5'9", he was talking about culture. He made a good point where because I guess he saw Michael he does music too, so he understand like a lot of stuff went on in that scene of that situation. But like he was talking about, isn't it crazy? Like we could think about from the 50s to 2000s, right? There was something remarkable about the culture that sticks that's have a evergreen effect, meaning you could you could go listen to anything Michael Jackson of those eras and it's timeless. That's just that's the extreme version of that. But let's take it on a smaller note. Like just think about a soul song in the 70s, a soul song in the 80s, a soul song in the you had things you remember because like it was more of it was more care for the content, for the art form, I should say, not content. But in 2010s, and then it was an understanding of everybody knew each other's scenes and stuff, but like it was more of a monoculture when it comes to what's good and what's bad. That makes sense. So like
Yeah.
you think it's back in 2010s, right? Right. Think about right now. What would you consider universally good, like everybody likes right now? Because I can't think of one.
You said what's universally good?
Like right now, it's not saying anything nostalgic because right now, Thriller's back #1 album right now. Believe it or not, after the movie, that's the power of Michael
I'm
Jackson.
sure. Man,
And
listen.
I made an argument about Michael Jackson because like here's the thing, like the media apparatus was so small then because like, you ain't most is until after Bad you only had like three news stations until like fucking TBS came in play and everything like that, cable. So you had that, you had Cold War was heating up, right? It was like in the midst of the Cold War during the time of his ascension, right? Vietnam and everything, right? So he was a perfect storm because people saw people who was traumatized from the wars and all that stuff and from the Cold War and from all the protests and Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, all that whole scene, right? The Kennedys, all that stuff, right? He was like that shining moment that everybody gravitated to because he was growing up through that time. So it was almost like a perfect storm, right in the middle of Reaganomics, and people start making money, people start going to concerts at a high level again, everything. I mean, it was almost a perfect storm for him to ascend that way. So my point is like the only way that like something could become monolithic as a Michael Jackson is we have to go through some hard shit. Like Cold War, racism, fucking Vietnam, Cuban Missile
Yeah.
Crisis, all that shit was some hard shit people had to deal with. And Michael Jackson and music became an outlet to get away from that situation. But so his point was in the 2010s, something happened where the escapism went away in culture altogether. And my belief is Trump and Me Too killed the monoculture, in my opinion.
I
You know
don't
what I'm
think Trump
saying?
had anything to do with that.
Reason I'm saying Trump had something to do with it's not on Trump. It's really on the people.
Um,
What's up? Hello, Phoenix.
yeah, I'm listening. You said it's about the people.
Yeah, like think about like before Trump, like people still the monoculture aspect, like everybody was going to see fucking Avengers and stuff, and that was a universe. The Avengers, the Marvel movies were universally loved like from fans, from normies, from the internet. Like even if the
Absolutely.
one,
I can agree with that.
yeah. But see what happened is once Trump came into play and won.
The change came when everything was shut down.
No, hear me out real quick, because I think it's a trifecta. When 2016 happened, he
Mm-hmm.
won. That's when everybody start
Mm-hmm.
attacking. All the stars start attacking people, like regular run of mill.
Mm-hmm. Oh
Then,
well, yeah.
then, then after that,
Ooh,
you had Me Too.
and they went on strike too.
They
Yeah.
went on. They went on. So like right now, man, it's the craziest thing. Because I was talking to my game buddies. Like if it's everything. It's other things that happen that goes into the Me Too thing, like Gamergate. I don't know if you know anything about Gamergate, do you?
No, but here is the thing about that whole Me Too crap. Listen, first of all, the spokesperson, the person that they said started it, is like,
Yeah.
girl, I want to believe you, but my ears and my eyes is not allowing me to do such.
Mm-hmm.
That's number one. Number two, um, the casting couch has been around since day one. Okay, nobody complained about it. Plenty of people participated in it. That was a life choice. Regardless of whether or not you felt forced, oh, if it wasn't for this, I couldn't have my career. Well, baby,
Mm-hmm.
you just showed that you have a price.
Yep.
That's literally what you're telling me. You decided to do what you did to get that role. That was a choice. You could have walked away and did something else that did not make you feel like you've been used.
Yeah.
You cannot make me believe that this was something thrusted upon you because you had a choice to walk out. Plenty of people have done that. You chose to stay and do what you did because you have a price. You made a pimp decision. Now, why should somebody have to go to jail for that?
And see, even the Me Too thing, right? Like, that had a detriment to dating culture because now a bad date could ruin somebody's fucking career. You know what I'm saying?
You ain't lying.
And
It
then
opened up the gate to a lot.
what ended up happening? Everybody wondering why a lot of because the pandemic happened and a lot of these chicks was yelling at Me Too shit out of it. That fucking bed was cold during the pandemic. It was hard. Shit, hey, nobody come to your house in the pandemic. You ain't gonna catch nothing. You can't. Yeah, and now all you listen to all
Hmm.
that feminist, you hear
Hmm.
all that feminist stuff, and like, man, this shit don't make sense to me. Now, shit, they get that we open up. Everybody gotta be a hoe now. We gotta do the most. Shit, I'm already out there. I already got OnlyFans. I made a little money out there. You already seen everything, so shit, I can't even fuck around with you like that.
Mike,
You
please
know?
believe that everything was not shut down during the pandemic.
Oh no, I know. I'm look. Hey, I'm in Texas. Did I tell you the story when I on my birthday on 2020? I went to go give me a new gun, right?
Mm,
And
of course
the
you.
the dude who owned the gun shop, he was a former cowboy, which is a bad. I mean, that was badass. It was crazy seeing that shit. I'm like, hold the fuck up. I know you play the
Oh
cat.
Lord.
Yeah, it was a fun experience. But like when I
Yeah,
walk
I'm
in
sure
there,
this is a happy story.
no, when I walk in there, I I, I wasn't sure like, oh, y'all gonna make me put my mask on or what? Cause I had like one of those little bandana things. Cause I didn't want to. I did not want to participate. My job, look, I'm already essential worker. If I got it, I got it. Fuck it, I'm screwed over. That's how I looked at it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But like, yeah, have to stay. One place that you had to really worry about in Texas really was like probably the cities. Like you going to Dallas, yeah, they're gonna be with the bullshit. But if you Fort Worth, it was half and half. Like, yeah, because man, I worked that with a lot. I worked that with a lot of motherfuckers on city council and shit. It was sneaking working out. So it was funny. That shit was that whole. And man, this was really. I figured out it was bullshit for real. For real, is when I went to the doctor when the vaccines came out, and my doctor said, don't fuck with that vaccine, man. You healthy." He kept it true with me. I like, I appreciate that. And I told my little group, my friend group, and they thought, man, you need to change your doctor. I say, shit. Hell nah, he kept it real. I ain't gonna change that. You crazy? Y'all go change doctors, but that was not I'm like, shit, he kept it. Hey, because I wanted the quality. I wanted I didn't want no issues. I want to go to the beach and everything. I didn't want no issues. You know. But he was
Yeah.
like, man, don't fuck with that shit. He kept it trill. I'm like, oh, you free? Hey man, I'm telling you, man. But then like later on, he trolled me like, "Hey, you want to get the vaccine?" I'm like, "Hell no, you told me not to." You sure?
At
I
all.
said, "Man, don't change your mind now." But
Like
yeah,
at all. I don't suggest. And a lot of people was like, no, you have to get it. And that
oh
got me to
man,
wonder, what the fuck happened to my body, my choice?
that shit went out the window, and that's why Roe
It
v.
sure the
Wade,
hell did with the quickness.
that Roe v. Wade, that can't even. I'm like, motherfuckers crying up. I say, no, I pulled a Garrett. Shout out to G Money. Nah, you can't do it. That
Right.
nah,
Because
nah.
I'm like, what happened to we was just in the era of don't let nobody tell you what to do,
Uh-huh.
which and then it went from okay, I got a whole doctor's note that's saying this is why I can't do the shot because they have these side effects. Your doctor's a quack. He don't know what the hell he doing. Well, he been in business for like 20 plus years.
That level being my doctor being he a 40
Like
year
how the hell
vet.
you just
He
gonna
did.
force me by any means necessary? And then the jobs ask you if you actually got the shot. First of all, you're not supposed to ask that question. Well, we just
That's
need to
it.
know, Farber.
It's
It
a
don't
violation
matter,
like a motherfucker, boy.
right? Because you're not asking this of AIDS patients, and that's literally gonna kill you. You know how many people got that thing allegedly and ended up gone from Earth forever,
Do you know the medicine
allegedly,
do you know the medicine
and
they give
they
you? Oh, do you know the medicine they
the
give you
cause of
for
death was
COVID?
COVID.
Yo, do you know
Nothing.
the
They tell you to take
medicine they
cough medicine
no. It's not cough
in the
medicine.
beginning. Yes, they did.
No, I'm talking about later on. You know what they actually give you for COVID now?
Mm-mm.
You actually getting the old AIDS medicine, HIV
More
medicine.
likely.
It's
I can believe that.
and then we got Hansa virus, which to me I think that's just like the Spanish flu because it's coming from rats or bubonic plague type shit. But it's not bubonic
And
plague. Don't get me wrong.
isn't it wonderfully convenient how Fauci has a get out of jail free card?
But
Like
man,
all these people they push to y'all face to listen to.
uh,
And that digital pen was giving away all kind of
thank
get
you,
out of jail
Phoenix.
free cards,
Thank you, Phoenix.
allegedly.
If
Damn, that
anybody
moonshine kicked in.
again, if anybody want to know what's really happened with the Epstein files. This allegedly, look, it is 9:50. I've been up since 4:30 this morning. I'm drowsy. I don't know what I'm talking about here.
Uh-huh.
But if you really want to know
I
why
don't know what's past my bedtime.
nothing really went down with the Epstein files, and we talked about this before. You had a senile man that barely could speak and walk, and he think he's seeing ghosts.
He said
Pardon,
he walked up the stairs.
4,500 people through an auto pen.
Yeah,
Now, do you think
that man would back up from a podium, wouldn't even know which way to walk from the.
Biden knows 4,500 people off the top of his head right now?
Hell no.
So let's use common fucking sense.
I don't even think there's that many employees in the government. What the fuck?
Oh no. Because if you say poison the government, you're gonna have to consider like the armed forces. So it's past that now because you
I'm
probably got
talking
20.
about in DC. I'm literally talking
Okay,
about
all
in
right, all
DC.
right, all right. 4,500.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
you probably got
I mean,
4,500
if you,
people there.
I don't know, because it is a lot of contractors out there.
Because
You never know.
let's add this up. You got what about close to 500 congressmen and women, right?
Yeah.
So all of them got staff.
Mm,
If each congressperson got what 20 man staff, give or take 20, 15,
mhm.
that's gonna be in the 6,000s, maybe more than that. That's just Congress.
Yeah.
I ain't, hey, we ain't even talk about the 100 fucking senators that got massive staffs. So
Lord
yeah,
have mercy. Right.
yeah. And then we're not even talking about the administration because like you got people. I mean, it adds up. You got the actual administrator and all the underlings and all the lob. Then you add the
Well, can
lobbyists.
you
Yeah.
really count the staff though, for real? Because, and here's why I say that, because he was doing the auto pen thing, and most of these people were people that were supposedly empowered. So I don't really think I'm thinking of the staff. I'm talking about like the actual people with a little bit of pull, a little bit of power.
Oh man, it's a lot of lobbyists, and they asked who think these shit all
And
the
this is true.
NGOs. Come on, man, there's a lot of. Then we ain't even talking about like the FBI, CIA, NSA, all that shit. Like, there's a lot of people. I mean, there's a lot of people in there. I'm just keeping a buck with you. But like,
Yeah, but not at, well, let's see. The CIA, first of all, can't even not even supposed to legally operate on American soil. They are only supposed to operate overseas. So that's number one. Number two, FBI, everybody, just because you're in the FBI does not necessarily mean you have power or a pull. You can
yeah,
flash the badge, but hell, even local um police officers disrespect a couple of, you know. Um, so I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about people that actually had power, that was actually doing business. Like I would, okay, in that sense, I would include the CIA agents because they actually do business with
oh, they doing a
people
lot of business.
overseas, and
They doing
sleeper
business in
agents and all
country.
that
Like,
stuff.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah. I mean,
like
it's
Joe
how.
Biden's son. So yeah, that's what I'm
Mhm.
saying. People with pull and power, not just some random somebody. I ain't counting them.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So 40 to me, 4,500 people, man. Like, no one person know 4,500 people. I mean,
I'm trying for real, for real. And he one out of that list was damn near every family member he's ever had.
yeah, that's so that tells you,
That's a
like,
lot.
it tells you what's going on with it. He basically,
Yeah, they was using his name for power.
it's that simple. Like anybody, I'm like, just people. That's why Trump was like, hey, we need to do something about it. And see, smart thing he did. He raised the question. He gave it to the Supreme Court to adjudicate that, right? Then he shut up about
Hmm.
it. So now the Supreme Court could let's look at that without any interference because he ain't saying nothing about it. Everybody worry about Iran. Everybody worry about him. You know these redistricting track of things, which we're gonna talk about that in a little bit. And they're not in the UFO stuff, which is crazy. Like speaking of that, um, I might have a programming change on Tuesday nights. I'll keep you in on it, but hey, it might be something special because I had an idea and Selena was when Selena talked shout out to Selena, so talking about CERN and stuff, it gave me an idea. So I tell the program no probably Thursday or whatever after I get everything together,
Hmm.
but it's gonna be something special. That's beside the point. Anyway, back to the subject at hand, like there's like Epstein, like all those names. Reason they probably are redacted because they shout out to Selena. She in the bushes. Shout out to her. The thing is like, yeah, if you pardon every fucking body, and then you redacted their names. I mean, you gonna redact their names anyway, and you know, just because you can't do nothing to them, and you don't want anybody being vigilante. So it's one of them situations, fucked up. But like, I think my
Yeah.
personal belief, I think they gonna do, the Supreme Court gonna do something with the auto pen. Oh, what's up, Travel Casson? They're gonna do something with the auto pen, right? Then that's gonna open up the door to all this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Man,
That's the
listen.
shoe. That's the shoe we gotta drop. What happened? Oh shit, answer. Oh man, that boy hard headed. Boy hard headed. I already know what happened. All right, let's get off
He
that.
got
Let's
that
talk.
well back on his panel.
Big old, big old, big old. Oh yeah, I'm short and fat though. You know, I'm not gonna
Oh,
be.
for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, I'm short and fat. I look like Young Jeezy. That's what you said. Okay, have that one.
Now you got juicy, honey.
Oh shit. All right. So
That is hilarious.
these are all the redistricting. Oh man, the redistricting maps.
Redistricting. Hmm.
I said it right, right? I'm a tripper.
Yeah, you did.
So well, everybody know about
Hmm.
California, Texas, Utah. That's a weird one. A lot of them Californians went to Utah. The Missouri just went down. So St. Louis is the only little blue spot. That's great. They dirty, doing them motherfuckers dirty. Hold on.
No.
Man, look. Hey,
Maxwell
Maxwell.
is it. That's
Maxwell
it.
he done did
That's
right
the,
by me.
that is
I
the
don't got nothing.
beginning and the end.
I ain't got shit. Hey,
That is the beginning of the end.
salute to Maxwell. He done came through for your boy in the college years. You know what I'm saying? Oh, oh. Did I tell you they were roasting me for the Bloody Mary, man. And I look, man, that's the one relic. That's the one relic of a past situation. Now, Selena, this chick that I'm talking about,
Oh,
you
Selena must be
probably went to
in the
school with her.
other one.
If you went to the same school, I'm thinking you did, you probably went to school with her. But I had one of the rare this high school self. I don't. Last time I heard from her, she got 7 kids. So whoever she got with after me couldn't handle it. I escaped. I escaped with everything intact and sober. The whole nine. I didn't get on drugs, anything like that. So I end up dating. I don't know. I still don't even know how I even met this shit. I think it was off the chat room like a motherfucker. It was a weird situation. That's back when everybody was going to chat rooms and shit, right? So what she like to do, like anything I like, this is the toxic shit I'm talking about. Anything I like, she will pervert it to if I used to like Grey Goose and vodka and everything, and like vodka and like cranberry juice and stuff. She like, oh, you need to try Bloody Marys. That was the type of person she was. You see what I'm saying? So that was the one thing out of that whole
Who's
situation.
CP3 traded in from the dark skin community?
Look, man, here's CP3 problem. He still eat chicken pot pies. I don't even want to hear anything he got to say on this. I
What is
don't give a
wrong
fuck.
with Popeyes?
I said chicken pot pie. What
Oh
the
Lord.
fuck? You sure you told me that was
Listen,
even
when you
that?
make your own, that's good as shit.
I mean, but who
That
make
shit
it?
good.
That's TV. That's Swanson TV dinner shit, man. Come on, we grown, man. That's broke food right there, man. Last time I real shot.
That shit good.
Come on, Phoenix, you old school. And I'll tell you this. The chicken, the old one chicken pot pie was good. Remember Boston chicken back in the Gap? Y'all had that
Mhm.
up there? Yep, I sure did. I stand on it. And here's the thing. Bloody Mary. I figured out how to use Bloody Marys. See, I've been drinking all weekend, right? So to get over that old nasty hangover,
Mhm.
Bloody fucking Marys, extra spicy Bloody Mary. It gets over. It wins every time. Now it's not something I'm just gonna like. Oh, I want Bloody Mary in the middle of the fucking day. That's alcoholic shit. Number one. Number two, that's weird in general because why would I just want a Bloody Mary without a purpose? Feel me?
Chicken pot pie is a pie crust, but a wonderful flaky crust. That's all it is. Huh?
Yeah, I know.
That's all. Chicken pot pie is a stew and and some good ass crust. That's it. You still eat stew, not V8 splash. I lied.
Oh no, nigga. Here's the thing. This is the problem with CP3. He don't like spicy food. You know, people say it's something about people east of the Mississippi. They don't like spicy food anymore. And I exclude Nacho on this. Not
I don't get
Nacho's a
that.
special thing. Nacho's special case. But CP3, nah. He he's scared of little peppers and stuff. You know, "Ooh, I don't want to eat this pepper. Like a little kid, you know how them kids be like, I don't want to eat. Why you got that on? All that shit.
Yeah,
But Texas and Louisiana,
these
we
people crazy.
appreciate the spice. That's why our food is king.
I love it. I love a good spicy something. Mhm.
All right, let's read.
When Eldridge Gerry drew a map in Massachusetts to try
It's
to preserve
crazy.
the Federalists, and somebody said, "Boy, that district looks like a salamander," and somebody else said, "Oh no, that's a gerrymander."
Wow.
That's where the word comes from. So that's the only other time in American
Oh,
history.
y'all got me on the peppers and shit. Hey, money, yeah, we turning you to a man, sir. You ain't on that. You ain't eating chicken nuggets and stuff anymore.
That we've seen the mobilization of everything.
Not
I
chicken
mean,
nuggets.
California's involved in
That's what them Alabama niggas be eating, chicken nuggets. They fast food, fast food, little soul food. That's what they got. We got everything.
Oh Lord.
You heard me. I'm my bad.
Democrats didn't mind when California wiped out Republican seats. They loved Virginia wiping out Republican seats. All of a sudden, the institutional tide has turned. And this is why Trump is such a historic figure.
Yeah, man. Like this, people are crying over these redistricting, man. They crying hard. And again, if the Dems would have been working with Trump on the immigration, on the economy, this probably wouldn't have been down. Like they hatred on that man, they kind of fucked up they fucked up their bag a little bit. Cause like this, I don't think this effort would
They're
have been.
busy trying to replace the actual American people, and they keep trying to boil it down to race to make others feel safe about it.
Yeah,
Um, they have a whole plan on how to keep us divided. But what they're doing right now is panicking because they feel like their messages that they've always been throwing out there is no longer working.
hmm
I think a lot of that had to do with Trump's State of the Union address when he says,
hmm
if you choose the American people over the illegal immigrants, stand up right now and clap. And all the Democrats sat down, stay seated.
yeah.
Because they basically like, fuck the American people. It's about the immigrants that ain't even supposed to be here. But this is who y'all voted for. Like now, a lot of Democrat ran cities and states are trying to redistrict to keep the vote. They keep saying that Texas started. Was it Texas that they said started it? But it wasn't. It was California with that Prop 50 crap.
hmm
They basically
Speaking of
just took the
California,
vote
hold
away
on, hold
from
on.
the
Speaking of
actual
California, we better
residents
speaking
of
California.
California.
Speaking California, you better get to the story about California. So I'm just putting you on. that's a good segue. Go ahead.
Hmm. No, I was just
What?
saying, California, but they divert from that, and because they literally just basically had the California residents vote to take their own vote away and give it to the government.
Mm-hmm.
So it is what it is. I'm glad they
So,
blocked that crap in Virginia. Thank you.
so this is about the fraud that's going on in California. Here we go. Let's read. It's a 5-minute video.
Hmm.
Fox News Alert, this is Saturday in America. I'm Kaylee McEnany. We have unearthed
Okay.
an explosive report. The 2022 document that I am holding is an 87-page report from the then acting state auditor in California, addressed directly to the governor of California, warning in no uncertain terms that the state's weak oversight of hospice agencies has created opportunities for large-scale abuse and fraud. That last part's a direct quote. Now look at this screenshot of the very first page of the audit, addressed to Governor Gavin Newsom. The subtitle warns of the extensive fraud plaguing California today. It cites fraud indicators found particularly in Los Angeles County, a rapid increase in the number of hospice agencies with no clear correlation to increase.
Where did you hear that from?
Hmm.
Oh,
Hmm.
shit.
That same dude that they said broke into child care centers where there were no
Oh,
children.
oh, the Lear sentence. Ooh, oh man, this hot right here. Let's read.
Yeah,
Let's read.
them Lyran centers.
Look, man, look. When y'all come to TTB after dark, it's been a couple times, man. I went like last night. I went over the Chinese spa that was a mayor of a California town, and a lot of people are picking up on that story right now. So like Rush Limbaugh, say, hey, right now you might be on the cutting edge of the news right now. I ain't gonna go that far. That's what he used to say, that she used to crack my ass up while I'm working. But let's read.
Increased need. In fact,
Yeah.
listen to this. The aged population increased 40% in California between 2010 and 2021, while the hospice agencies increased an astonishing 1,589%. Another indicator was
That's
the
called a
excessive
hustle.
geographic clustering of hospices, with sometimes
Hmm.
dozens of separately licensed.
Riddle me this. How many of them hospice used to be houses, and how many people, family members and stuff, end up getting kicked out of those houses for some greedy motherfucker to make houses out of it? I mean, how could we quantify that number?
I would guesstimate, and this is just my guesstimation because if it's fraud, that means that they were not doing their due diligence and they got away with it. A lot of that stuff. Could have been addresses of abandoned buildings.
That too.
Um, you know, again, we just
Sidewalks
seen
and
in
shit.
the Lyran Center. Yeah, it could, as we just witnessed with Nick Shirley, a lot of Lyran centers that were opened up. They had the building and the sign, but they wasn't doing shit. They were just sitting there so the check can come. That's it. And in
Yeah.
case somebody did come by to check up on anything, they was gonna be ready for it. This is why surprise visits are necessary.
That's why
Because if you
stop
let
Nick
them
Shirley.
know that you are coming,
They gonna
right,
lie. This is why you
right,
might need
and they tried to
citizen
turn it back
journalism.
around on him. Hmm.
See, the whole here's my idea. The whole Stop Nick Shirley Act thing is just to make a case on somebody that's doing citizen journalism, right? So then
Hmm.
they could take up to the Supreme Court, which they know is gonna fail, just because that's a violation of somebody's First Amendment in general.
Yep.
There's no way that's not. But like that, the game is to just set precedent, so maybe they get some type of ruling that outlines where like it would be against the law or something like that. Is there a line there? Is a way to gauge the pause on this, the nutsack of the Supreme Court. 'Cause, you know, that's what they trying to do. They trying to see how hard they gonna go. All right, I'm going to do
Yeah.
something blatant. All right, they daring somebody to sue them, which they gonna lose the lawsuit. But then again, they might get some. This how the left work. They'll do something blatantly unconstitutional, like this is the Stop Nick Shirley Act. That's blatantly unconstitutional. Then they're like, well, Supreme Court always get a little out. Well, if he's harassing, which should be a vague fucking term. Harassing is saying hot in some cases. So it's a vague. They'll do some shit like that. You know I'm telling the truth on this. They'll have some wording in there, and they will harp on that little small word. And this is how Marxists work. They don't like. They always gotta work the fucking definition or something in order to get that to pervert and get their point of view across. I'm going
Yeah.
on rant. I'm sorry. Going on rant.
That's okay. So the indicators of fraud auditor warned Newsom about in 2022 a rapid increase in the number of hospice agencies with no clear correlation to
Yes.
increased need. Excessive geographic clustering of hospices with sometimes dozens of separately licensed agencies located in the same building. Abnormally high rates of still living patients discharged from hospice care. So basically what I'm getting is he was told the same way they said that they told or warned Bush of the towers going down, and he ignored it. And I could say that Newsom is basically resting on his laurels of good hair and that smile to get him through. Baby, the jig is up.
Let's read.
Can't nobody be this damn blind and stupid. But go ahead.
Oh, you'd be surprised. Let's read.
He's located in the same building, and also abnormally high rates of still living patients discharged from hospice care, despite hospice typically offering care for people expected to live 6 months or less. And look at this. You won't believe it. They even gave Newsom a map. Quote, 210 active hospice agencies located within 1 mile of each other on Van Nuys in Los Angeles County. Now, did Gavin Newsom go to these locations? Did his government check out these buildings? This document reads like points from a Nick Shirley video, but no, these were the fraud warnings listed by the acting state auditor 4 years ago, leading him to conclude, quote, that a network or networks of individual perpetrators in Los Angeles County are engaging in a large and organized effort to defraud the Medicare and Medi-Cal hospice programs. It appears that California's state auditor discovered 4 years ago what RFK Jr. outlined on Capitol Hill this week.
The hospices in Los Angeles, we've shut down 500 of them. We have not gotten one call from a congressperson or one call from a patient. Why? Because those hospices did not exist. Right. They were signing up patients. They were getting patient IDs, signing them up and charging us $6,000 a month for that patient. How did we detect them all? Because the patients never died.
But it gets
That's
worse.
crazy.
The auditor notes that the California Department of Public Health had failed to issue regulations for its hospice licensing process, despite having had the authority to do so since 1991. And then listen closely to this, quote, we reviewed cases in which public health became aware of possible fraud during the licensing process, and instead of denying the licenses, this is Gavin Newsom's health agency, it granted licenses to these hospice agencies. Why?
So they knew these motherfuckers was on some fraud shit, and they granted it anyway.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And we supposed to take him serious as a presidential candidate. Is that what we're doing?
Yes.
Oh yeah, Kamala ain't any better. Look, I'm telling you this: the gift is gonna keep on giving with Kamala. She's the front runner right now, apparently. The Michael Jackson stuff. Michael Jackson's he's gonna fuck up on the grave. I believe that. I firmly believe him.
Well,
because she was on
they say eventually all your wrongdoing gonna catch up with your ass. They didn't say when.
She was a prosecutor. She was a prosecutor in that. Like I said,
no, damn well she ain't have a case, but she wanted to take down a black man that had too much popularity and money for her.
When Penny don't like you, man, Janet Jackson is probably she might have a slight attitude if you don't do your step right or something like that. I mean, she's gonna be professional in all craft and stuff, but all intents and purposes, she's likable. She's a likable woman.
Absolutely.
If she don't like you, and she talk bad about you openly, you gotta be a bitch, for real. Have you ever heard? Have you heard Penny call? I like call her Penny. That's that. It's good time, man.
She
But
still she still looks like Penny from Good Time. Hell.
shout out to Penny, man. Penny ain't never said anything bad about anyone. I mean, who have you ever heard her in a beef?
No.
Maybe I think she had a little tiff with Paula Abdul, but like, I didn't think. No, that wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't even her doing that. That's probably like Whitney Houston said something bad about her. That's something totally different. I might have got that wrong, but like Penny don't talk bad about anybody. The most controversial
No.
she had was the Super Bowl situation, and then her and Pac. That was kind of weird, just because of I would blame that mostly on the family, and I would want kind of have a little issue. Well, family, I mean Joe, have a little issue with the hood getting with his daughter, which I'm saying Tupac's a hood, but in his eyes, I'm going by his standpoint. So like she's pretty in the Super Bowl, like that was just an unfortunate situation. You know what I mean? In general. I honestly I think she need a redemption show for Super Bowl. I think Jay-Z need to do that. Real talk. They didn't even give her a redemption show. Especially
I
since
should.
her brother is like,
And leave. Yeah.
well,
I would
Justice
say
Timberlake,
leave
anything
Justin
like
the
that.
fuck up out of it. Leave him out of it.
Like, what I would love with Super Bowl at halftime show is you do Janet. The only person, if you're gonna put anybody up there with her right now, so like that be this I doubt this happened, but if because Chris Brown probably the only one that could really dance just like I ain't gonna say just like, but he's on a level slightly below Michael Jackson when it comes to dancing. Then Michael Jackson prime dancing, it's not gonna be too many people that's gonna rock with gonna go toe for toe with him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. My I would say, well, Chris Brown, of course, because he's always the favorite. Usher, but Usher has already had his time a couple years back. Um, was always there. Michael loved him. Sierra, um, as well, could come, do her little 1-2. Uh, I do remember there was a time where, as far as performance goes, I remember seeing Pink, Maya, and Usher do a whole tribute to Janet Jackson. So with
Mm-hmm.
that, um, I would say that would be cool because they were all dancers anyway in their performance. Just performance wise, I think that would be cool. Maybe even if they don't do their own songs, at least do some performances with Janet, like she did with the video All Right. She had Heavy D in it. She had Cab Calloway. I think she had the Nicholas Brothers rendition was in there. So she could have, if she wants to do something of that caliber, because Janet Jackson put on some great concerts.
Oh man,
Like they're very visual, they're very colorful. The costumes be on point. So yeah.
because I mean, if I did this, I'll just start with Pleasure Principle would be the first song. I'll have this in my fucking crazy forever mind.
Yeah, actually Maya actually did the dance to that in her tribute.
I would
So
have
yeah.
because I would have a group of women, a group of because think about right now with R&B right now, the women are that's one. Come in now, you start to get like Leon Thomas is running the game. He's starting to take that, you know, in control right now, because everything he does right now, everything he does is like gold right now. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But like a lot of the like I think Kalani could dance. She do a lot of dancing routines and stuff. What's the old girl on my mama on my did a Charlie boy?
Oh yeah, Victoria Monet.
She could fucking dance her ass off too.
Yeah,
Sierra,
she
of
can.
course. You could just
Normani.
Normani. What's another one? Tiana Taylor. I mean, you could get all
Oh,
those. Say who
absolutely.
could.
Because she has
That would
done.
be.
She did a rendition of what was that? I guess on Lonely. Yeah.
I would want them to have. You just have to get like 5 of them. Have them all on the stage together and do the pressure principle thing with the chairs and everything. That would be bad. That would be a badass performance right there. I mean, that'd be
Yeah.
memorable because like that. I think Janet deserved that, man. Like that situation happened. That was unfortunate, and everybody blew that shit up. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, man. Look, everybody, I had a crush on Janet Jackson, man. I had a
Mhm.
crush on Janet Jackson. What self-respecting black man didn't have a crush on Janet Jackson?
Uh huh.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, I mean, it's a punchline in the fucking Friday, man. Like, oh, she like Janet Jackson, you know?
Yeah, more like
Control!
Freddie Jackson.
Janet Jackson. All right, let's read, Lord. Hey.
Now, the failure of Gavin Newsom's government paved the way for this.
You'd be amazed at how many hospices the door you can walk up to in California, and there is nobody there.
Ooh.
There is 5 months worth of mail that you can see stacked up from CMS, and nobody's there. And that passed a survey. How did that happen?
Where your money
How do you
going
put
to,
a
y'all?
hospice in a burrito stand in California?
Whoa.
How do you put a hospice in a tire store in California? That all had to be vetted through licensure and through certification and accreditation.
But Gavin Newsom
Clearly
told
was
us he
not.
was on the case. Do you remember this? Newsom told us that
Them glass. He dead is wrong with the fucking. What's up, Cutting Edge?
he was, quote, leading the charge against large-scale identity theft and hospice fraud. Well, apparently not. His auditor wrote this. Since 2015, the California Department of Public Health has never suspended a hospice license and has revoked a hospice license only once. That's what he wrote in 2021. Now, the auditor went on to recommend that Newsom convene a task force to investigate and prosecute fraud, require departments to establish working groups for risk assessment, among other recommendations. Now, Gavin Newsom did sign legislation in 2021, which put a moratorium on new hospice licenses. That plan is still in place. It's set to expire. Clearly, however, his efforts were insufficient. That was evidenced by Dr. Oz's recent raids on hospice facilities in the state.
Man. So, with that being said, let's get to this. That's the first domino. So Spencer Pratt, you aware who Spencer Pratt is?
Yes, I was
All right.
wrong for that.
And then so they about to have a primary in June 2nd. Price bottle spot accused Bass of funding neither.
He's leading now.
Yeah, I know. Oh, the needle distribution. Remember I think we talked about that. The little the drug pack things for the addicts. Remember that?
Yeah.
I think we talked about that about a couple of years. Like that happened last year. We talked about that.
Okay. I don't. It probably earlier this year, last year. But Spencer Pratt served as an LA mayoral prediction markets with attack ads on Bass. I was watching something about him earlier. I think it was Devori, Darkins covered. I don't know if Righteous Perspective covered it yet. I think a black conservative did. So in the June 2nd primary, Pratt's viral spot accused Bass of funding needle distribution.
Oh, I went back up. I'm sorry. I didn't know you still reading it.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. that enables addiction while mocking her record amid flames. Prediction markets now give him 31 to 34% odds to win or advance. Trailing Bass is 53%, but ahead of Miss Ramen, Nathia.
That's the socialist.
Fueled by frustration. Yeah. Fueled by frustration over homelessness, crime, and fires. Despite his outsider status and inexperienced critiques, Pratt has raised over $538,000, including from Lakers owner Jenny Buss, and pledges quick permits, Art Deco revival, and tough security measures as mail ballots roll out.
Oh,
Now,
mail
I will say
ballots.
this.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I will say that when he speaks, he doesn't sound as slow as he used to back in the day. I'll say that.
Mm-hmm.
He's
Yep.
actually making logical sense. He said, I am a Democrat. My family are Democrat. For some reason, they trying to paint him as a Republican
Yeah.
because they want Ramen to win because she will turn California the same thing that Mandami's trying to do with New York. Mhm.
Yep.
And have folks fleeing. Silicon Valley is already struggling to survive, honey. Just go ahead and put that nail in the coffin. Because for real, most of the tech agencies have moved on to red states.
They in Austin. I saw some new bills I ain't seen before. Oh, that's where y'all at. Okay.
Mhm.
So this is one of his ads. That's
Yeah,
glad.
they've been moving to Texas and Louisiana and Seattle. Well, I don't think they went to Seattle. I think some companies did go to Seattle, but
They
they
leave
leaving.
us. They going to Boise.
Hmm.
I hope this. I
Yeah.
haven't played this. So I hope it ain't no music. Let me check.
Week, local and federal agents swarmed MacArthur Park in a sweeping drug raid called Operation Free MacArthur Park.
Yeah, it got music in it.
People in the seizure.
Come on, can't play. Throwing out the homeless and the Finney.
You see, actually, the city for people to drive around, hand out needles and pipes and other things to use drugs. It comes 4 times.
Crazy. So and wonder why everybody on the Finney. You give them needles to do it.
Yeah.
The poor people here.
That's what he said. He's gonna try first of all clean up the homelessness by starving them of the drugs and getting them the hell on. They can arrest them, put them in jail, ship them off, but they will not be out there in these streets like that.
Yeah.
Either they gonna get the
And we
help
have
that they
people
need, or they
in
gonna get the
harm's
hell
way.
on.
And yeah, that's sad.
Hmm.
Cheers.
I can't really play this because I got the music.
Well, now we know they drugging the American people and allowing the immigrants to take over.
Yep.
That's what y'all voting for. They care about the people. No, the fuck they don't.
So yeah,
Don't learn.
apparently he's winning the polls now, which is crazy. And yeah, it's better get interesting, Cali. Let's read on this. This a news story.
Breaking tonight, a Fox News exclusive. We have new information that appears to directly contradict the Biden administration's insistence it had nothing to do with the Justice Department investigations into then former President Trump's alleged retention of classified material and the subsequent raid on his Mar-a-Lago home. Correspondent David Spunt has details tonight. Good evening, David.
Brett, good evening to you. These emails obtained by Fox News paint a different picture of the relationship between the Biden White House and the Biden Justice Department.
That means they call him a lie. The pain. I love how they use these words, these terminologies. I was telling my daughter, my firstborn, about, because she would ask me about journal. We were talking about journalism for some reason, about the ethical part of it, which a lot of people kind of gloss over. Like you aren't supposed to do harm to the subject. You're supposed to protect your sources all the time. The difference between libel and slander. Libel is written, slander is spoken. Stuff like what's another thing? Like that's why we use allegedly and stuff like that, because if we can't confirm full details of a situation, we get sued for slander or libel or some shit like that. And like unless you going through your opinion. In my opinion, I think this. Because I think if you make it like a positive claim, like this is indeed fact, and you doing that as a journalist, yeah, they could get you for that shit. It's funny that a YouTuber that did pretty much did high school newspaper and some journalism in college can just talk about journalistic ethics off the top of my head like ain't shit. Ain't that wild?
Well, it's also funny that journalism has ethics, but the journalist or self-proclaimed journalist does not use them. Don Lemon, for example,
Oh shit.
he knew what
Oh
the
yeah, you
hell
can't.
he
Don't
was
make
doing.
yourself the subject too. That's another one. Don't make yourself the subject. Speaking of Don Lemon.
Yeah, that's one of the first rules of journalism. You never become the story.
Yeah.
You go after the story, but you don't become the story. He knew exactly what they were going to do. He knew the plan. He sat up there and denied it, but then you on video saying you know exactly what you're going there for, and then try to hide under the guise of I'm a journalist. Well, where's your press pass? Did you flash it at any time that you were there? Um, at what point did any journalist in the history of journalism bust into an open service of a church, disrupts it just to ambush the pastor because you think he is a part of ICE?
That part.
He wasn't an ICE agent at the time. He was leading a flock and holding a church service. You have children there that felt terrorized. They were crying. You could hear them all through the background. When does the press start doing that?
And another thing too, like conflict of interest. One thing that's going on with like the press too is that that's what you call cross pollination. What I mean by that, you'll have, let's say, this journalist will be married to the CEO of this pharmaceutical company, or this brother of a CEO, or this brother of a high executive of like General Motors or some shit like that, or even like some people be, that's why if you're a journalist, you can't, a good journalist, you don't want to be super connected to the levels of powers because you're supposed to be calling them out. That's what like your basic.
Yeah, you're supposed to remain objective. You went in there to push a narrative.
Yeah.
You're a narrative on those people. You can't say that the pastor's doing the same thing because ain't nobody in church that don't want to be. They're there for a message that the pastor has for them, as they feel is from God. You call yourself a Christian, but you okay with disrupting the whole service while it's going on
Yeah, that's crazy.
to
And
tell people how they should feel and think when God gave everybody free will.
Yeah. And like
You're free to be gay.
I was like explaining to my daughter, like, look, I like, let's say, because like, believe it or not, she might be an actress. She keep up in the trajectory because like that's the one thing. Like your kids, if they get serious about something, that's where they're gonna kind of gravitate. Something gonna gravitate to them on that. Like her acting is the most serious I see her in. Like she takes it serious. So I was explaining her like because I was explaining her like the benefit like in creative endeavor, right? I know it sounds like I'm going off subject. I'm really not. The creative endeavor, right, is that you kind if you're doing something creative, you don't want to constantly do that one thing creative. You want to kind of do something creative till you get to a stopping point on something, you get stuck on something. You want to do something as productive, but on the opposite ends to help you get back in your creative mode so you go back to the initial thing and build upon that. So I was kind of like talking about that with her because I mean, that's how we got in the whole journalism thing because I do this. And I was telling her about this stuff. It got me thinking about just think about how the media, if there was a good media, they would have been finding these internal emails. They would have had actual sources, not saying they just have a source just to make a motherfucker look wrong. See what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They would be going through the doing due diligence of trying to bring truth to power, per se. That's the whole idea of journalism, bringing truth to power. That's so fucking hot. Motherfuckers being
Think.
a pedestal and stuff, but see, what's crazy to a lot of people I was in journalism classes with. Now they in fucking Antifa. All these people was talking about bringing truth to power. All the true believers. Now they gonna be part of a fucking pretty much a terror organization just because they don't like somebody.
Yeah, because they disagree with how you think because you're supposed to think how they tell you to.
Mm-hmm.
And once you go against that, you're proven useless and they will do anything they can to get rid of you so that you don't influence others to think the same way.
Yeah,
Allegedly. There go that damn,
yeah,
yeah, that
moonshine.
moonshine is gone. Got me
It's almost
going.
like they the brown shirts themselves. Let's read.
These two offices made it clear at the time, at least publicly, they were not connected and stayed away from any political interference. However, new emails obtained by Fox News from May 2022, 3 months before Mar-a-Lago was raided by the FBI, illustrates coordination between the White House counsel's office and the DOJ regarding an interview of Walt Nauta. Now, remember, Walt Nauta is a current White House aide to President Trump, who was then former President Trump aide in Florida. Nauta was later charged alongside Trump by special counsel Jack Smith. The May 10th, 2022 email reads in part, coordination with DOJ and White House counsel are in work to start the process to confirm and interview current administration employee Walt Nauta. This event is dependent upon the timeline of President Biden's brief decision and coordination between White House counsel and DOJ, and in turn, Evan Corcoran's position on the override of privilege assertion and whether or not he seeks an injunction to prevent access. That was written by an FBI agent, and Evan.
Got a question. You think
Mm.
think Biden actually made that call to do that raid, or it was a bunch of people going where he
Hell
thinks
no.
come on, because like why attach
Biden don't even know his damn name.
oh we know. I was being facetious with that, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, let's read.
Corcoran, of course, one of Trump's lawyers at the time. This coming August, Brett, will mark 4 years since FBI agents raided Mar-a-Lago. A few days after that, then Attorney General Merrick Garland said this.
All right, salute to y'all.
I personally
salute to Selena.
approve the decision to seek a search warrant in this matter.
Second,
Second, the department does not take such a decision lightly.
And we're getting new reaction to these emails. Judiciary Chairman Jim Jordan in the House says, in part, it's always worse than we thought. These newly released documents confirm that the Biden DOJ's raid on Mar-a-Lago was politically motivated. We're also hearing from Attorney General Pam Bondi. AG Bondi says the more we learn about the DOJ weaponization under the prior administration.
This might be an older video because she's not in that job anymore.
Mm-mm.
So I'm gonna save I think we need a good hour with Sean Head with this response she did to her son. I put it in show prep, and yeah, it's gonna be awesome. So you got anything on that?
No, if I say anything else, this this moonshine gonna get me in trouble. I'm gonna be quiet.
Yeah. All right. I think it is a good stopping point. So, a little program note. Thursday, me and Rodney, we came up with an idea because like we want to, mitigate all the drama pretty much, to proper channels. So we gonna do like a game, a joint gaming stream and everything, like we did last Thursday. So
Yeah, I
that's
was there for that, but y'all was ignoring me, so I left. Mhm.
I saw you in there. I said something, but I was at. See, here's the thing. This is not like do we doing a fucking panel? Like if we gaming, we
I
and
know.
by the way, speaking of that, we have a Discord, a joint Discord, and let
I
me
ain't
get
got nothing to do with that, honey.
look, listen. I'm just saying, and like I said, it's just for gaming, and people want spectating
Yeah.
gaming. See what I'm saying? It's not for the
Mhm.
bullshit. I'm dead ass serious.
Right.
Okay.
I'm
Okay,
not for the
listening.
bullshit. The hell?
Let me do this. So let's see. Do that. So yeah, if y'all do that QR code, y'all get on Discord, and I may this might be a avenue to do like watch parties and stuff too. Like y'all can actually see what I'm watching, and get more connected to some of the community and everything. We ain't allowed no drama. I mean, it's on the rules, bylaws, things like we don't play that. But like, hey, it's something everybody could do and stuff. And if you want to be a part of the gaming thing, you could be you can actually be in the chat, the voice chat with us while we gaming and stuff. So like sometimes we don't see what's
Yeah,
actually
y'all be
going
talking
on,
too much shit.
but we having fun. It's all
I be
and like
laughing.
I said,
That's
everybody
fine.
welcome. Everybody welcome in this, man. Look, it's just a place where everybody can kick it at, man. So the QR code right there
Absolutely.
for anybody want to join. Again, no drama, no shit, no sector shit, anything like that. It's a mixed crowd, so ain't no
Mary
sector.
J. Blige.
Oh, Mary J. Blige. That's why you tears while though you God knew you gonna say something ugly.
I just hear her singing that song. Huh?
Anyway, yeah, that's funny. That's funny. That's a good one. That's a good one. So shout out to that. And
I just
So
hear her
Thursday
singing,
night,
talking about more drama.
yeah. So Thursday night, we more like be playing Warzone. I might play some Battlefield. Like my mob want to play Battlefield with me. We were talking about that earlier. Might hit them up and everything. And like I said, y'all come in and chit chat with us and everything. Y'all voice might be on the stream.
Lord, mom gonna be high and playing.
Yeah, we came before. Well, I had him rolling when last time we were playing.
I'm just saying, I don't think mom gonna be able to see his TV screen through all the smoke.
Oh, come on, man. All right.
Ain't none of my business though.
Hey, put it this way, like, oh, you on your computer right now? Are you on a laptop?
Mm-mm.
Do you have a laptop?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We could play spade. We could play not spades, but we could play Uno too. I got an Uno game that I could share. But that's another subject. All right, I'm about to let you go to sleep
Damn well, I'm
because
put on again.
hey,
Thank you.
Yes. Salute to you.
That
Salute to
moonshine gonna
everybody.
take over, shawty. I got to go. Thank you for having me up.
All right, take care. Salute to everybody showing up. Like, share, subscribe. Replay, please. Leave some comments, man. Help me get in the algorithm. And I appreciate it. And y'all have a good night. Peace.